Now, the number of prisoners in Australia is right now at record highs, and while there are plenty of TV and film dramas about life behind bars, what is the day-to-day life for inmates really like? Well, I was recently granted some pretty rare access inside Australia's newest maximum security jail for women, and many of them are mothers. They are facing time for serious crimes, including murder, and the brief insight I had, I've got to admit, was completely different to what I'd imagined. Here is our special report. All the women here at Mary Wade, named after a reformed convict, are on remand, waiting to learn their fate for their alleged crimes. It's a process that can take months, even years.
I've been here 3 months, but before that I've got moved to here. I was at the other jail for 3 months as well.
And Bonnie, how long?
I've been in for 17 months. 12 months of that has been here.
Over the past few years, the number of women entering Australia's prison system has increased at an alarming rate. And that's why this facility, the Mary Wade Correctional Centre, was opened. The focus is on rehabilitation, preparing them for life on the inside and eventually beyond the bars.
Well, it's about making women respect themselves as well as respect others, and I think that is an important part of the rehabilitation program.
Would you say not feeling ashamed anymore of your past?
Yeah.
So what are some of the programs that they offer you while you are in here?
Mothering at a distance, Out of the Dark, which is a domestic violence, and a drug addiction.
And what about with the mothering from a distance? Because, you know...
Oh, I love it. It's really helped me. Yeah, I learnt a lot at that course.
Little strategies that would help with that situation.
And I wish that I could have done that kind of course years ago.
Along with these programs, inmates are employed across the prison, jobs ranging from grounds maintenance to cleaning to repackaging the headphones we use on planes. So they have a purpose?
Yes, and feeling like they have a worth. Getting up in the morning, having a purpose, teaching them to get up on a time, set their alarm, do their hair, do their makeup, all the things that women feel glorious about, go to work, have a purpose, come home, have something else to talk about other than what you're in jail for and what you're doing.
Have a job. And is this considered a reward to get to the point to be able to do this?
So this is about gaining a technical skill, but also getting a higher value in employment rate.
With the money earned, inmates can buy basic groceries, tea, coffee, chocolate and toiletries, and once a month they can buy bigger luxury items. And I noticed that you've both got not the standard issue green shoes. So you've managed to save up to get some actual
I've been in
decent
for
sneakers?
17 months, so I think I got my shoes 4 months into the sentence.
And is that a kind of a big thing? Because obviously you've got your standard issue uniform, but it's one of the few things you can express a bit of your individual identity, isn't it?
Yeah.
The routine is strict. From 3:30 in the afternoon to 8:15 in the morning, all inmates are locked in their cells.
We can check on the inmate from the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously it's got a separate toilet and shower area, whereas most other centres, the toilet's kind of just here, whereas this one's actually quite different.
So this is for two women. They share in this space. And they've got their own ensuite, as it were. Who decides who goes on top and who goes on bottom?
Oh, they work that out
I
themselves.
bet they do.
So the court suites is where the inmates will appear via video link to go to court.
As part of our tour, we visit the AVL suites, allowing inmates to appear in court, access legal and medical advice without leaving the facility.
So the magistrate will appear on the screen and they'll actually also see themselves. So the whole system's being revamped in the last 12 months. So this is one of our new legal suites.
So it's a bit like Skype for the courtroom.
Yes, exactly. It works exactly like Skype.
For most of us, life on the inside is hard to comprehend. So what's the hardest part for you for being in here, being away from your families?
It's hard. Yeah,
You can't even explain it. You cannot even explain how horrible it is.
Yeah, I've never been away from mine before now. And
First
6-minute
Christmas-
phone calls and an hour visit just doesn't cut it.
First Christmas in like 20 years that you've been away from your kid, and you're not going to be there to be Santa this year. It was horrible.
From my point of view, when you think of a prison, you think of the TV shows that you see. You think of Prisoner or of Wentworth.
Yes.
I mean, what's it really like, life inside this facility?
Nothing like those
Nothing
TV
like
shows.
Because you're the governor. Surely you're the mean one.
No, not at all. I like to be what we call fair but firm.
Because what's the relationship like between the staff and the inmates here?
Highly professional.
What do you mean by that?
So whilst we're here to manage these inmates, we're not their friends at the same time.
Because the women here are here for some serious crimes too.
Absolutely, they are.
So what sort of crimes are we talking?
Murder, aggravated B&E,
Break and enter.
break-and-enters, possession of drug, a fray. But don't get me wrong, it can go from 0 to 60 here very quickly, and that's what my staff's here for, and they handle every situation from breaking up fights, attending fires, managing inmates that have self-harmed, to just the general day-to-day security of the centre.
Like in here is, it's not easy, but it's got nothing on what you're missing out on freedom in your real life.
I definitely don't plan on coming back. Yeah, I'm going to treasure every moment out there.
Yeah, look, it was really interesting. It is the first time I've ever been inside a prison, male or female, and I was quite surprised at how calm it all was. Obviously, they were keeping it very calm and collected while we were there filming, but the one common thread that the Governor did say to me with most of the women who were there is that they themselves have been abused at some point during their life. So, look, I'm not... They've committed potential crimes here, so the degree of sympathy is tempered, but there are a lot of victims themselves.
Of course, but the point there about giving them purpose and rehabilitation, I think, is key. Yeah, really enlightening, Deb. Thank you for that.